Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. And this week on the Magic Roundabout, we've got a Dinky Toys Triumph 1800. And let me just say that this is for the DMC challenge for this month, which is any Dinky toy. So I picked this one up. Straightforward restoration, no glass, no interior. So I thought we'd do that for this one. That's a DMC on Facebook, which is a Diecast and Modders community. So anybody who wants to pop over and join the DMC for like-minded people. It's not just diecast, it's plastic model kits, train sets, trains, model railways, Lego, whatever modelling involves. And you can get involved in the challenges. You don't have to have a YouTube channel, as long as it's a before and after picture of one that you've done. So that's fine, of that month anyway. And the only criteria is joining the Facebook page is you just answer the 3 questions. Well, they're not rocket science, so do that and you're in. And then you can, by all means, join the challenges, which are pretty generic challenges, nothing too drastic, nothing too taxing. Right, that's being said, I'd just like to welcome any new friends to the channel. Welcome aboard, and welcome back all the old friends to the channel. Welcome back, everybody. So let's get it off to Magic, get it on a bench, and have a good look at it. There you go. A bit of juggle about on the old focus then. Here we go then. This is it. This is our Triumph, complete with whatever's inside there. Pretty spooky, that, doesn't it? It looks like a Halloween car. Yeah, she's pretty crusty, this one. Dinky Toys Triumph. I don't think it says 1800 on there, it just says Triumph, but looking in the book it's 1800. Three rivet posts to sort out. I think we're going to use the evapor rust on this one. Back wheels seized up on there. Front one's free, one's seized. Got a lot of crud in there. Look at that. Look at that. What have we got? The headlights. You see? Bonus. Got both headlights in. Because these come out of there, detachable. You can buy these, model supplies or whatever. Let's get the base off. I just started to drill them 2 ends off there. This has got a hole in the top of the rivet, so it's not so bad, a dimple. Pick the size drill, you measure it up against there. Because they're all different, because how they're spread out when the machine spreads them out. Some are wider than others, so you can't get an exact size, it doesn't fit said things. So I always set off nice and slowly. And we'll see what we got here. Got a trusty screwdriver. See if we can ping it off. That's that bit. These sometimes can be a bit tricky. This end because it's split there, and you can quite easily bend these wings, but it doesn't really matter if you do. You can always straighten them out anyway. But this is a bit rusty, so you have to be careful. Let me get this one out. That's all right. That's all right. Okay. So there's our base. That's our back wheels, which are seized in there, solid, as you can see. That's our front axle. That's in there tight, rusty. We'll give that a tap. And what I'm going to do with this, I'll just shift the drill out of the way for a minute. Is I've got some evapor rust. I got this from the range. You don't often see it over here. BI is biodegradable, powerful, non-scrubbing. and I've got some in the jar, and I've had this in the jar for a while now. As you see, the old rust has settled in there. So I think we're all right. We don't need to top it up. We'll have a look in a moment. We'll take the top off. I'm going to just chuck this in, all of it, and leave it in there probably overnight, and tomorrow, and we'll check it, because there's a lot of rust on there. You know what, I think I'm just gonna top it up a little bit. Might as well just top it up a little bit. There you go. Look at that. I'm gonna like a nice cup of coffee, and then we'll give that a little gentle stir. We'll put that to one side. We'll pick up on that maybe tomorrow, or after we've done all the painting and everything else. Right, look at this. There you go. What have we got on here? Give it a bit of a brush. Got a bit of a brush. Get some of the crap out of it anyway. It's going to go in the caustic in a minute anyway, but get some of this rubbish out of here. Spiders and all sorts of monkey rubbish in there. Right, like I said before, these lights can come out, because they're in there and in there. These, they can come out. You can buy replacement ones of these. They're not terribly expensive, a few quid I think. Probably cost you more than postage than anything else. So I'm going to leave these in here. I'm not going to try to knock these out. See what the caustic does to them. If it loosens them, then I'll just pull them out and I can paint them separate. Because on the original ones, the one-to-one version of this back of the light was chromed. But we're not going to go too mad with this. So then I've got to work out. I've got to work out some. I've got some smaller rivets here to put back in. These are tiny rivets. I don't know exactly what size they are, so don't ask because I can't remember. But they're small ones. They're basically for 1/64 ones. That are big enough to go in there, I think. If not, I can use the other ones. They're just basically what I've been using recently is these pot rivets here. Then all you do is just to demonstrate for those who don't know, just get a pair of pliers and what have you and just push it down, and there you've got your rivet. Okay, so you've got a rivet, and then also you can use this part if you want to. You got yourself an axle. All right. So nothing's wasted in this game, as you know. All right, let's get the caustic on the go. Then got to set the kettle up, get it boiling, and we'll get that in the caustic and see what we've got when it comes out. I envisage it's taking about less than a minute to come off in the caustic. This take long. Right, here we go. We've got it in there. We've got the max strength. Kettle's just boiled. Fans on. Pour some water in there. Not too much. We don't need it too much on here. Or I better put some in the cooling tray over here. There we go. Right, let's hit it. Let's hit it. I might need a bit more water than that actually as it happens. Get it fully submerged. see how he's doing. Can't see it taking very long, this one. There you go, look, that's virtually off now. How long's that been in there? Seconds, isn't it? It's old Dinky paint. It doesn't take too long. Not like some of that corgi orange and yellow, flipping out. Well, we're sending spiders in there now. They're certainly frying. Steaming. We'll put it over here into the cooling tray, or a rinsing tray, shall I say, rinse it off. Well, we're all out of the stripper. Let's have a quick look at it again. It's not too bad at all. I'll need to check. My phone's not very good internet up in the shed because I've got silver lining all over the inside as insulation, so I don't get a good reception. I need to check on this line here. See that line going there? Down there. I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% whether that's supposed to be there or not. And that'll be the join between a bit of a running board type of thing there, so that's okay. And what else we got? Got to work on this gutter. Try and get that straight. That one's not too bad. They're very faint though. I was in two minds whether to take it off completely. Door handles are in position, hinges. That's okay there. I've got a little dent in it. No, it's not. I thought I'd got a dent across the back there, but it's not. Just the shape of it. Yeah, the bumpers need work. If you look, they're chewed up. So what we do with them, we pick a file, a weapon of choice. I don't want a too rough a one. A weapon of choice. So I'm looking for a file. Which isn't too bad. That one's better. And we'll just start off getting it a bit shiny. Try and smooth it out. These are jeweler's files. You can get different sets of them from anywhere. Just be wary, don't get them too cheap because they won't last. But yeah, get yourself different ones because all different sizes as well. Always come in handy. Just so you can get a bit of shape to it before you rub it over with sandpaper and smooth it off and primer it. So that's what you need to do. Try and get some of the nicks out. It's where it's been bashed against. It's never going to be perfect. The only way to get it perfect if you build it up with filler and then knocked it back again. But yeah, we're doing that. We don't have to. It's like my finger knocking the base of the camera. And you can get in there, just sharpen up the edges, give it some definition. That's what you're after, it's a definition. A bit on the top. I'm going to show you a bit, I'm not going to show you all because it takes me a long time to do these. You can fill it. You can file out any nicks actually if you've got room as well. Give it a bit more shape. It's all preparation, and it all helps. I mean, I might be teaching your grandma to suck eggs, but at the end of the day, there's some people watching who don't know, who haven't done it, who want to know. I know when I first started doing these, I watched loads of videos, and I thought, well, they're not showing me what I want to know. So hence why I show you. So look, that's better, isn't it? You've got some definition in the curve there now. And there's some on the number plate as well. I think these, if I cast my mind back, you can just see it on here. That little square there and that little square there with little red lights. Or there were lights like a number plate. Sure, that's so I don't want to go filing them off, do I? Or I'll have the old bill after me. So that's how we do that, the bumpers, that's how we do that. Now the rain guttering, that is, I'm talking, it's minute. It's minute. So let's have a look at this side, where it's worst. And what I try and do is just, I'm trying to get the waviness out of it, yeah? So very carefully, try and run your file, tip it a bit of an angle, and try and get that out of there if you can. Once you've got an angle and you're running along the line, it's not too bad. I mean, it's never going to be perfect because it's very, very thin. But if you want to tidy it up a little bit, it's worth a shot. Old chap. You see, we're getting it straighter now. Look, just there, look. See that? We're getting a bit straighter. So we'll go on the top. Now this is where it gets tricky, because the top, there. This is what I was saying previously. I think we were talking about this on the Saturday night, live. That these guys who design these castings, the engineers, the drawers, the engineering drawing guys, the ones who took the pictures, did all the measurements. I mean, they even went as far as putting the rain gutters in. I mean, all that for a child's toy. It's a lot of work. So I think, you know, pay homage to them guys. Anyway, we're getting it now. Just a bit more. That's a bit better. Right, that's all I'm going to show you now. I'm going to carry on. Otherwise, this is 7 minutes into the video. It's been an hour-long video and a little casting like this. But yeah, so that's got to, that's looking better. And what I do then at the end is just lightly rub it over like that. Just barely putting any pressure on it, just to give it a bit of an edge. So that looks a lot better as far as I'm concerned anyway. So we're going to, while I brush this, I'm going to check on these lines here, carry on with the bumpers, and then we'll come up as primer. And I've got to drill the holes here. I might show you that if I remember. Lights have stayed in, so I'm not going to bother taking them out. But they do come out like I showed you. You can get your punch on there, punch them through. I wouldn't suggest you get all that and twist it, because you'll snap them off. Then that'd be no good. So let me get filing. Yeah, it's all wire brushed down and cleaned up, filing done. As much as I'm going to do. I ended up getting rid of the rain gutters on the side because they were too thin in places and it just didn't look right. So I got rid of them. Cleaned up all the bumpers around the headlights. I've just given it a cut of methylated spirits now. Alright, I give it a squirt. I've got just a bottle. I squirt it on, let it sit on it, and I'll go and put it over the fire now, and that'll evaporate. I'll give it a wipe down first. Sorry. I'll give it a quick wipe down first with a clean cloth. And then do that. There you go. And then put it over the fire to warm up the casting. I've got the high build primer over there in a minute from Alfred's. Just letting that have a warm up. And then we'll give it a coat of paint. And we'll see what we've come out with. Should hold that in there like that. It's only a light casting. There you go. Okay, let's whack some of this primer on here then. I don't know how much you're going to be able to see. This is the Alfred's high build primer. Got a fan on. Start on the inside. You won't see much because my hand will cover it because I'm left-handed. That's one of the reasons why I don't show a lot of painting. Just a short burst. You don't go mad with it. Bits in between the lights and the wings. Need to get them. Yeah, I think we're about covered that. Not too bad. Yeah, I might looking at it. I'll have to do a bit more work on this top corner there. Yeah, I thought I'd got it all out, but that's your beauty of primer. You can see better than just on the bare metal. Definitely on that corner there. Anyway, let this dry off till tomorrow. Give it a good chance of hardening off, and then we'll have a look at it. The Rust-Oleum, not the Rust-Oleum, the Evapro Rust. Sorry, done its job. Got most of this off, which is pretty good. All the wheels are turning now, so that's got rid of the rubbish off there. You can read what it says now. Dinky Toys Triumph 1800. So yeah, I just want some wire brushing now. Get all the rubbish out. I'll leave the wheels on. I'm not going to take them off. What I'll do is I'll clean all the axle up. Wire brush these down. I'll paint these. Then I'll mask them off and I'll paint the base. That's how I work. That's how we roll. So we'll do that. This one, I've cleaned the axle off this one. There. Not perfect, but it's better. It's very pitted. Alright, so that's that one. The body has been primed and rubbed down again. Filled that little bit in there and that bit down there. So that's now, I'm waiting for the paint to heat up and we'll get that in the paint. We're going for a classic colour, single colour, more in keeping with the Dinky colour schemes. Not exactly the same as the other ones, but it's near enough. So I'm going to get the wire brush out, and I'm using I've got a brass end on this one at the minute, so that was already in there, so I might have to give it a go. So, I mean, this won't be shiny perfect because it's very pitted. The rust has worked its magic on it and damaged it, but it's all patina, isn't it? It's all good enough. So yeah, we'll go around here I'll use a different attachment for this here. But yeah, we'll get most of it off the best we can. That's how we do it. As you can see, it's severely pitted. It's sat in the rust for a long time. But it will survive to fight another decade, at least. These are quite popular. There was quite a few of these made. And you always see them coming up for sale. That's just started to chew away there. I'm not going to mess about with it too much. There we go. Pressed, stamped base plate. Give it a coat of semi-gloss black. And just like magic, there's a lettering appearing. Right, let me carry on with that then. Right, here we go. We're going to put some paint on this now. I'm going to use this Alfred Ford Highland Green, classic colour. It's warmed up now. This is warmed up now. I always spray a bit on the inside, make sure it's going okay. Hopefully my hand won't get in the way. Just a little bit on the inside. Just make sure it's not going stupid. And then any like wheel arches, give them a little dusting over. And we're only going to give us a light coat. So in between the bonnet and the wings there, you want to have to be hitting them. Get them in there, just lightly, like that. So you give them a coating inside, like that, just gently. And then we give it a one-over coat, a thin coat. Do that, we let that settle about 20 minutes and then we'll give it another coat. Alright, so that's how we do it. Not a bad colour that. Alrighty, we're out the paint, being lacquered. It's that Highland Green, Ford Highland Green from Halfords. It's not too bad at all. So now we're going to get to paint some details on it. I've done the base and the wheels, put the tyres back on. That's a different green. That's a forest green. So we've got the contrast in the wheels there, look. So that'll be alright. Okay, now I've had to warm the tin of paint up this morning, and I used the Humbrol metal coat aluminium. It's got no metal flake in it, it's got no metallic flake in it. That's why I use it. I'll get my extra bins on because I'm going to need them. Old eyes and all that. Okay. So yeah, we're going to do the headlights, side lights, bumper, grille, back of the boots there, and these two little red lights there, and a short bumper across there. So like I say, I'm not going to show you all because it takes a long time, and we don't really need to take that long over it. So we should be painting See how this goes on here. Let's have a look, see how it goes on. Not just do a light coat, nice and steady. See how it goes on, because the temperature does affect the paint, even if you're hand painting, so you have to be careful. And sometimes as the paint goes down to tin, if you're using tin paint, it gets that little bit thicker, so you're going to have to be wary of that as well. But we're just going to go on here. Try not to get too many brush lines in it. Sometimes you can't help it. Like I say, it all depends on how thick your paint is. On these sort of things, because I'm painting on the glossy surface, I don't want it too thin, because it just run everywhere, and we don't want that, do we? We don't need that. So we're just going to run across here first. Just basically showing you how I do it. You have to find your own way of doing it. Like myself, I tried several different methods before I settled on one I was comfortable with, which is this one. People like to use a monotone. People like to use metallic, Tamiya. You know, it's some people polish the bare metal and mask it off. It all depends on what you feel comfortable and you're happy with the results. So bear that in mind when you're doing it. Don't say, oh, because so-and-so does it, I'm going to do it this way. Try it. If you don't like it, find your own way. Do it a couple of different ways on old castings. See how you get on. That's what you need to do. There you go. Also steady around there. Just get that curve of bumper. I don't like to block all that in there, because not all of the vehicles, that would be one hell of a bit of chrome you did that. It's mostly painted there, but obviously for the sake of being a toy, they had to draw the line somewhere. So we do it best. And this is sort of a sort of sympathetic restoration, if you know what I mean. I have changed the colour, because quite frankly I didn't like any of the colours that they used on there. I've got a couple of these, so I might attempt to do a two-tone at a later date. So that's that bit. We've got 4 minutes, we've got a couple more minutes yet. We'll get stuck on the grill. Like I say, just don't daub loads of paint over it, just nice and steady, getting all your grooves. That's all you need to do to start off with. So you've got your basic outline. Yeah, so you can see from here, you can't see much, but if you turn it over that way, you can see where I painted it. But you turn it this way, it didn't look like I touched it. It's because it's got veins in it. So you need to turn your car around a few times in your hand until you get it right. Okay, so I'm going to carry on with that now, get that finished, and then we'll be onto the assembly stage. I looked then, I thought, hello, this is silver. It's not, it's where it's the light shining off the paint. We're here, we're at the assembly stage now. Yeah, we're all painted up, like we said, and we're all detailed up now. And the grill, 2 lights, side lights, bumper, number plates, door handles, boot hinges, number plate, and the two little red lights at the back there, which the older cars used to have that panel there with the that number plate's not very straight. Buggered that up a little bit, I won't mess with it now. Yeah, now these cars, they did have trafficators. You can't really see it on here, but they are slightly moulded in there and there. That's why there's no indicators on there. Some had spotlights at the front there, above these overriders. And some of them had the chrome hinges on there. So there's a lot you could do. You can paint in those trafficators, paint in the hinges on there if you wanted to, and you could add some spotlights at the front if you wanted to. So yeah, but we're just doing this a basic model. So here we go, and it's fairly straightforward to put back together again. As you know, drop your front wheels in, drop your axle in. Okay, now I've got some super duper, but I'm not happy with this super duper glue because it's not what I normally use, and I don't like this at all. So I'm going to have to put a little drop on the side here and use a toothpick or something because I'm not happy with it. It's not my usual go-to super glue. I've spent the last 10 minutes searching for some. I thought I had some in here, but I obviously haven't. For some reason or another. So my super duper has super dupered elsewhere. I'm hoping they still sell that one in the bottle that I like. We'll stick one in there. I'll put a bit of black on there. Need to put a bit of black on there. Yeah, this base plate was very rusty and pitted, so it's going to be what it is. That one. And we are now done. Yeah, I've gone through some of the processes that I wouldn't normally show you, like the priming and the painting, because it was a basic model and I had the time. Sometimes you haven't always got the time to spend doing it when you're deconstructing complicated ones and reassembling them again. You always haven't got time to do that. So I'll let that glue go off. I'll put a bit of marker pen on there, then we get it on the magic. This is what we started with. Dinky Toys Triumph 1800. A bit mildewy, a bit worn for wear, seized axles. So have a look, see what we did to it, see if you like it. Have a look at this. Here we go then. This is our Dinky Toys Triumph 1800. There, no interior, no glass. Complete repaint. New tyres. Rusty base cleaned up, sorted out. Yeah, it's a very straightforward model, this. Not much to it. But it's still a smart one. It's still one of the older ones. Older dinky ones, which are always nice to do. Nice to have in your collection. I think I've got a Riley and one or two others. But I hadn't got this one in. So I have now. Painted the grill up and the aluminium. Yeah. Looking good. Well, this has been a DMC challenge. And it was for, as I said earlier, any dinky toy. So we picked this one. I hope you like it. Look forward to your comments. And next week it's the donations and purchases, or purchases and donations, whichever way around you want to look at it. There you go. So whatever you're doing, hopefully you'll be lucky. Definitely be happy. And I'll see you all again next week with something else. Oh, I've got a bit of blue tack on the thing. Okay, see you later then. Bye for now.